Dear students, today we are going to learn phrases and clauses in English. In this short lecture, you will learn what is a phrase and types of phrases, what is a clause and types of clauses. You will also learn how to identify simple, compound, and complex sentences. Let's begin the lesson. What is a phrase? Phrase is a group of words without subject verb combination. For example, in the East, a smiling face, the best idea. Now, in these three examples, there is no subject and verb combination. Such group of words are called phrases. Place of phrase in a sentence. A phrase may occur at the beginning of a sentence, in the middle of a sentence, or at the end of a sentence. For example, I saw my friend in the garden. In this example, in the garden is a phrase. At 5 o'clock, I saw him. Here, at 5 o'clock is a phrase. The girl in red dress is my sister. Now here, in red dress is a phrase. Types of phrases. There are three types of phrases: noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. Noun phrase. Noun phrase functions as a noun. For example, early to bed is a good habit. Adjective phrase. Adjective phrase functions as an adjective. For example, the woman in white dress gave me a pen. Now here, in white dress is an example of adjective phrase. Adverb phrase. He drives the bike with great speed. Now, in this example, with great speed is an example of adverb phrase. What is a clause? Clause is a group of words with subject verb combination. Remember, clause is equal to subject plus finite verb. For example, in the east is a phrase. The sun rises in the east is a clause. The sun is subject and rises is finite verb. So, in a clause, there should be subject and finite verb. There may be a phrase or may not be a phrase, but there should be subject and finite verb. Types of clauses. There are two types of clauses: independent clause and dependent clause. Now at first, independent clause. Independent clause is also called main clause or principal clause. A clause which makes complete sense is called main clause. For example, I visited the India Gate when I went to Delhi. Now, in this example, I visited the India Gate is a main clause. Dependent or subordinate clause. Dependent clause depends on the main clause for its meaning. For example, I visited the India Gate when I went to Delhi. Now here, when I went to Delhi is subordinate clause, or we call it dependent clause. The clause is dependent on main clause. Types of subordinate clause. There are three types. Number one, noun clause. Noun clause functions as a noun. For example, I know that she is a teacher. Now in this example, that she is a teacher is a noun clause. Adjective clause. The man who spoke to you is my uncle. Now in this example, who spoke to you is adjective clause. Adverb clause. Don't talk while I am teaching. Now in this example, while I am teaching is adverb clause. The given tree diagram clearly shows the types of phrases and clauses. You know that phrase is a group of words without subject verb combination. According to the function of the phrase, there are three types of phrases: noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. There are two types of clauses: independent clause or main clause, and dependent clause or subordinate clause. Main clause makes complete sense, whereas subordinate clause depends on the main clause. There are three types of subordinate clause. They are noun clause, adjective clause, and adverb clause, identifying simple, compound, and complex sentences. As per the sentence structure, there are three types of sentences: simple, compound, and complex sentences. See the given table. In a simple sentence, there is only one main clause. There is no another subordinate clause, or there is no need of any conjunction. A compound sentence contains two main clauses. These two main clauses are joined by coordinating conjunction. In a complex sentence, there is a main clause and a subordinate clause. These two clauses are joined by subordinating conjunction. Now see the list of coordinating conjunctions: and, but, as well as, either or, neither nor, or, still, otherwise, however, not only but also, nevertheless, etc. These are coordinating conjunctions. These conjunctions are used in compound sentences. Now see the list of subordinating conjunctions: whom, whose, what, which, where, when, why, if, till, as, until, as, how, unless, though, although, before, after, since, while, then, who, that, because. These are subordinating conjunctions. Subordinating conjunctions are used in complex sentences. Now see the examples. Birds cry to indicate emotions. This is an example of simple sentence. In this example, cry is the finite verb. To indicate is a non-finite verb. In this example, there is only one finite verb and there is a subject. So this is a simple sentence. Birds cry and indicate emotions. This is a compound sentence. There are two main clauses. Birds cry is one clause, and indicate emotions, or birds indicate emotions, this is another clause. These two main clauses are joined by a coordinating conjunction and. Birds cry that indicate emotions. Here we see one main clause and one subordinate clause. Birds cry is a main clause. That indicate emotions is a subordinate clause. In this example, that is used as a subordinating conjunction. In these examples, finite verbs are underlined. In this way, if you understand difference between a phrase and a clause, you may understand simple, compound, and complex sentences. For more videos on English grammar, subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.